Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamie, aka Rick here, bringing you episode 47 of my GTA4 Let's Play. In this episode, as you can see, I meet a guy called Ivan, who turns out I saved earlier on in the storyline, which I couldn't remember at the time, but when I thought about it, I'm pretty sure it's the guy that I was chasing along the rooftops, and I actually pulled him up and let him go. It's quite early on, like a really long time ago, so yeah, I bump into him, I help him out with a little bit of trouble he's having. He started loan sharking for himself, so he's lent out some money and he hasn't received it back, so I help him go and get it back, and he gives me a little bit of money just to say thank you, really. So yeah, and after that I go and see Jerry in the jail again, and he said we need to move the woman to a safe house. So, because they were kind of onto us where she is, so he asks to take her to a safe house. So I do that, and then a bit later on, there was a gap that I cut out where I didn't have any missions to do. So I cut that out, and I get another call from Jerry saying that we need to go to an exchange, take the girl, and they're going to give us the diamonds that we lost ages ago. I think they were a mission for Ray, I think it was. That we actually lost them, and we're going to get them back, hopefully. So we're going to go there and trade them for the girl that we kidnapped. And that's pretty much where the video ends. It doesn't go to plan, I'll just say that. So yeah, that'll be in the next episode. You'll see what actually happens at that meeting. So yeah, that's pretty much what happens in this video. But for this video, I'm going to be talking about LAN parties and just gaming parties in general. So LAN is fading out, really. It's something that's considered to be old school now, really. More and more games are stepping away from it. I know Diablo 3 has stepped away from it, or is going to be when it comes out, and a lot of people aren't too happy about that, because obviously back in the day people used to get their computers together, over someone's house, connect them all up and play Diablo 2 in a huge LAN party. So and obviously that's good fun. I've never personally done it. When I started gaming, obviously the transition away had already started happening, so I never really got to do it. But I've obviously been around friends before where there's 4 of us, and we've all got a laptop or something, and we still play games. So, but it's not quite the same. You kind of need a decent internet connection to be able to do it now. Have that many people all connected up in one room, which is a bit annoying, I think. I know you can do it in private matches on Call of Duty and Halo and stuff, but it's not really the same. I think the first one like that I went to, it was 4 of us, and we went round a mate's house, all had our Xboxes, and we went obviously in a team of 4. We went online on Call of Duty 4, played a bit. That was a lot of good fun, but still a bit sad to see games step away from LAN and all that, because obviously a long time ago people always used to get together in these parties and play games, but now some people don't have a really good internet connection, so they can't actually do that now, which is a bit upsetting. Obviously you can do split screen, but the idea of a LAN party was not to have that problem. So some people don't like to split screen. They're used to playing on a big telly or whatever, or having their whole screen. And with split screen, obviously some of the screen is actually cut off, so because you've got to scale it down to some degree to get both parts, both players on there. So I think that's a bit sad to see this happen, but I think it was always going to happen, because everything's going towards the internet and online gaming nowadays. I think if a game doesn't have online multiplayer, then it doesn't do as well as it could do, which is a shame, because obviously Call of Duty's gone too far in that direction. Whereas now it's literally they concentrate on the multiplayer and don't really pay much attention to the storyline, which I think is bad for gaming in general. I know there's still a lot of games out there that obviously don't do that. RPGs are still still how they should be. It's just story driven, and they don't change. But I think for a first person shooter genre, it has kind of spoilt the storylines of those. I mean, Halo so far is the only exception for me, because Bungie had the idea of Halo and it wasn't based around multiplayer. But I think once they realised how popular it was, they concentrated more on that feature of the game. Obviously, because they realised it would sell, but they still put a lot of time into their campaigns, and I think they are, for me, the best first-person shooter campaigns that there are out there. Whereas, like, all, say, war shooters really is more like Battlefield and Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. I mean, Medal of Honor storylines used to be absolutely amazing, but the newest one is actually pretty bad, I think. Medal of Honor Rising Sun, I remember that game. It's probably one of the best, like, World War II games I've actually played. Probably always will be, so. But nowadays that genre's kind of strayed away from the good storyline. They don't really care about that. They just make up something, stick it in there just to, pad the game out a bit, because really they've put most of their development time into the multiplayer, which I can completely understand, because obviously Call of Duty is probably one of the biggest games on the Xbox. Millions and millions of people always go out and buy it. A lot of them on release night. I know I do personally. The last, I think, 3 I've gone out on either got it on the day it's come out. Either, I think, Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, I actually went up at midnight to get it. World at War, I got it the day after. I pre-ordered it and picked it up before college in the morning. So, but still, I think it is a bit of a shame that they've done what they have. Hopefully, which I can't see it happening, but you never know. Modern Warfare 3 might actually have a decent storyline. I'd be shocked if it did, but surprised at the same time. And I'd be pleased, I think, would be a better word to use. It's about time that the campaigns are actually decent in Call of Duty games again. But yeah, what else? I think it's mainly Xbox Live and that kind of thing that's actually strayed away from, LAN parties and stuff like that. Just LAN in general, because with Xbox Live you kind of don't need the LAN support. They think they expect you, if you're going to buy a console like that, then they expect you to have the internet connection to play multiplayer like that, or just play split screen, which I think is probably true nowadays. I'm sure everyone does have an internet connection in their house. It doesn't need to be amazing to play as a LAN would be. It would just be your friends. I mean, you don't need a fantastic internet connection for that, but still I think it would be better if they didn't stray away from it too much. I know Diablo is probably the best case for this, that they shouldn't have done it, because I know a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people saying in reviews for it that it's a shame that it's not in there, because I think Diablo 2 is one of the biggest games in that respect for LANing, because it was hugely fun in little groups like that, and you could always, there's always something to do. I'm looking forward to Diablo 3, don't get me wrong. So it will actually be the first Diablo game I've ever played, believe it or not. I've always thought of picking up number 2, but I've never actually done it. So, because I haven't played it before, I'd probably concentrate too much on the graphics and not on the gameplay. Because obviously it's really old, so it's not going to look amazing. I wouldn't expect it to, but still, nowadays, people do look for graphics more. I think if you've played a game before and it's still got bad graphics, you don't really play it because of that. You play it more for nostalgia, more than the fact that it's a game that you've never played before and you want to play it. So I think generally people don't buy old games unless they've played them before. Well, I don't anyway. So if I see an old game, say the Sega ones that are really being released on Steam, most of them I played on my old Sega Mega Drive. So I'll pick them up, like Streets of Rage. I recently bought 1 and 2 for, I think they were £1 each on Gamersgate. So obviously I bought them because I know what they're like. I've played them before, and I won't think about the graphics as much. I'll just enjoy the gameplay. But I think if I bought Diablo 2 now, because I haven't played it before, I would think, yeah, this doesn't look too good. So, but I don't know if that would ruin it or not. I might try it just to find out. What else can I talk about? I'm gonna move on to my experiences with not LAN parties especially, because I haven't ever been to one, but just little gatherings in general where it's been maybe a couple of Xboxes or something. I mentioned one earlier, but I've got a few more to actually speak about. I used to go around my friends like all the time. It was I think I've mentioned this before. It's Genesis. I used to go around his all the time during like revision times back in high school, and we used to go in the morning. Used to go down there, play a bit Halo. Maybe we had an exam in the afternoon. We'd go down there in the morning and come back up for that exam. And then, or if it's the other way around, we had an exam in the morning and then we'd go down to his afterwards and play a bit of Halo or something. And I think that was how I got introduced to multiplayer gaming. And we used to split screen a hell of a lot on Halo, I think, all the time, because you couldn't do it on Call of Duty then, which was a shame. But yeah, we used to play Halo like hours and hours like each day. We done it for, I think it was about a month. Our exam times went on for, so I mean that was fantastic fun. And then towards the end I actually got an Xbox and got Xbox Live, so towards the end I actually took my Xbox down there and we could play like Call of Duty as well, which was a lot of fun. I have to say I really enjoyed it. So obviously we sat there, we each had a TV, each had an Xbox, and we just played for a few hours on end. We met some really nice people as well, so I think it was Aglax was his name on Xbox Live, and Dingbat was the other one, I think. But yeah, we met them like just one day randomly playing, and I think it was played for about 6 months after that. We used to play with them like all the time, but faded away after a little while. After I went to college, I think it was, I didn't play as much, and nor did Genesis. So kind of I haven't spoken to them in a while. Might have to see if they're still playing on Xbox. They probably will be, so you never know. Might bump into them again, which would be pretty cool, I have to say. But yeah, what else? World of Warcraft as well, which was another game that I played around Genesis' house. First of all, he introduced me to World of Warcraft years ago, but then I used to go around there with my laptop after he'd got me into World of Warcraft. This was after our exam times, like just before college really. This was in the summer, and I used to go around there with my laptop, and he had his computer obviously, and we used to play WoW together. We used to just level up some characters maybe, because we were on Recruit a Friend quite a few times. I think we used to level up characters, or do some end game stuff occasionally. I know we leveled 2 DKs together, and that was good fun, I have to say. He used to tank, I used to DPS back in the day when Bloodspec was still DPS, which I dearly miss, I have to say. I wish they brought that back, but I know they won't. So, but yeah, I mean, another one, last one, is probably like the best place, the best shop that I know exists. It's called Extreme Gaming. It's in Colchester in Essex, near where I live, and basically they've got like 30 Xboxes all linked up to the internet, and all linked up like in System Link as well. So you can go in there, you pay like, I think it's like £4 or something for an hour of gaming, and you literally just get a controller. You can choose whatever game you want to play, and you play for the hour. I used to go down there in college lunch breaks. We used to like have a couple of games of FIFA or something, and then at the end of our first year of college we all went down there on our last day and had a huge like Halo, and I think we played Halo 3, we played a bit of COD 4 at the time. This was ages ago, so yeah, I think World at War wasn't even out then. So, but yeah, we all played that. That was a lot of fun, I have to say. I really enjoyed that. And just recently one of my brother's friends had a birthday party there, and there was like 15 of us. You each pay like 30 odd quid, and you get like I think it's like 12 hours of gaming, and you're the only people in there. It's literally like from 8 till 8, I think it was, like 8 in the afternoon till 8 in the morning. You get the whole place to yourselves. You can play whatever games you want, and you can order in food, and they sell drinks and stuff there, like energy drinks and soft drink. It's pretty cool, I gotta be honest. I think we all made it till like 7:30 or 7 o'clock. And then we all we're so tired we wanted to go home and stuff. So but I have to say that was epic. I'm planning on doing it hopefully for one of my birthdays coming up soon. I think that would be pretty cool to do it again. I mean, obviously we all had a lot of energy drinks and quite a bit of food. we ordered like a 6-foot long Subway. Literally, it was 6 foot long, and we cut it up for all of us, and that was a lot of fun. It was so nice as well. I think it was like 60 quid for this Subway, and they just put a bit of everything in it, and yeah, they brought it down in one huge long box. So we all had that. That was about 4 hours in, I think. But yeah, it was a huge amount of fun, because obviously at times we were all playing the same game. We had a huge, like, I think it was like 8v8 on Halo, and then some of us split off. You know, we played our own games and stuff. There was a lot of FIFA going on, I have to say, a lot of Call of Duty 4. Then people started playing like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, I think it was. Portal 2, I know was played. There's so many people there, all playing different games and stuff, and just having like a lot of fun. Everyone got like their own gaming headset and everything, so it's such a good place. It's such a brilliant idea that I'm surprised it hadn't been done before that. Like when I went to college, it had only just opened up, and it wasn't too popular then. But since then, it's got hugely popular. They've upgraded everything. They've got new tellies for everything. They've got downstairs is all like Astro. They've got all Astro A40s downstairs in the basement part of it. And they've got smaller TVs like the 22-inch that all the pros use, that like MLGs and stuff. They have tournaments running there all the time that you can enter as a team, and they've got like the Connect is set up there as well. I think they got like Rock Band all set up. I got a few racing like setups as well with the pedals and the steering wheels, which are pretty cool. But yeah, just in general, it's like improved so much since I first went there. I just wish it was in Braintree where I lived, because it's about half an hour drive from here. So, but it's pretty cool that they do the 12 hours of gaming for a set price. Is not that bad. It's like 30 quid each if there's about 15 of you. So it's pretty cheap, like for a whole night of gaming, I've got to be honest. And you get to spend a lot of time with mates and stuff, so that was a huge amount of fun, and I definitely want to do it again soon. So yeah, just to wrap up a little bit, sad to see LAN go, even though I'd never experienced it. It sounded, like it would be a lot of fun. But I think if you've got the internet connection that you need, it's still, you can still have that amount of fun. But, it's not, obviously if you haven't got that internet connection, you have to either play split screen or, go back to like an N64 and play a bit of GoldenEye maybe, go really old school. So GoldenEye, split screen on like, 4 players, it's still amazing to this day. It's such a good game. Shame I never had an N64 when I was younger, but now I've played it, and quite recently actually, about 2 or 3 years ago I played it. My mate's internet was down when I went over there, so we just got the N64 out, played a bit of Mario Party, I think it was first, a bit of Smash Brothers Melee as well. That was pretty cool, never played that before. That actually made me want to buy Brawl when it came out, and I did. So yeah, and then we played some GoldenEye, which I'd heard so many good things about it, but obviously I'd never played it before then, so I thought I'd try it out. Anyway, this video is wrapping up, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.